can't see me. Let's go.
What up, y'all? You can't see me here today, back again. You already know what it is. Today I'm back on Russian Fishing 4, and you know how I do. I like to show the best hot spots that I find at each lake for all you anglers, all you fisher persons out there. So, if you made it to Kuori Lake, if you are at level 16, which I made it to level 18, this is one of the best lakes. Everyone that I've spoken to will tell you you'll almost stay here versus going to, you know, Bear Lake when you open it at 18, I believe it is. Oh, and I just realized I opened this lake up because I've been so happy at Kuori. Volkov at 20, Sur at 24. You level up so fast here, and I'll test out Bear Lake and find some good spots there too. But you make a lot of good money here. I don't know what type of fish are at Bear. So just to put it in perspective, let me show you a few of the fish I have in my keep net before we run to the spot that I like. So we'll just go by price. And let's do that this way. 2 kilogram char, which is the top fish at this lake, 22 silver. Arctic char 3, and you catch these like very regularly, 21 for these with the check. This lake trout, you know, still 7 for the 3.5. These Kuori chars, you see this 1 kilo is 2, but you know, if you get a 2, 2.5, I call it like a 6, man, you get crazy experience. And I think it was worth like 30, 40, 50. Like, it's crazy the money you make. The 7 trout, I've caught some big ones of those. I should pull up my pictures, because of course I took pictures of them and put it in my group, man. Shout out to the Razor Dax group and everybody there, man. They're very helpful in that Discord, man. You got to check those people out. So shout out to my man Big Worm. When I was reaching level 16, when I was at level 15, about 2 down, I was at Old Berg. My man Big Worm came through the stream. He is in our Discord group, the Razor Dax 9. So he showed me around the lake, showed me a lot of good spots. Now, a lot of people go to the Cursed Island. If you go out there, yo, it'll be about 15 people out there fishing, and you can catch some really big fish out there. But the spot that I found that he showed me, you can kind of dance around this area. We found a few different spots right here on this shoreline. But right here, I've been getting the best activity. And I'll go to the Cursed Island, I'll do a video on that too. And I even caught some big fish by the dock, some that actually spooled me. I had the all there 4. But right here, you can feed a fish. Now, the feeder fish won't be jumping. Some days I just throw them out just cause they do nothing. Some days I might catch, you know, 10 fish. I've caught char on this feeder right here, Kuori char. So the feeder is good, but you're gonna spin fish. So if you ain't got your spin fish game up, you're gonna want to do that. All right, so I pull out my spin fish rod. I actually got to set up the jig, and I usually don't even jig. So I'm gonna show you. I have this heavy S70XH. All right, now I think one of my peoples in the group even show love and help me get this early on. So you want to get this Saber 60. You're going to want to save up when you get here and get the Saber 60. You want to start saving at Old Berg. You're going to need this 10 kilogram line. There's another one that's a 7.5 before that, or even your Lacerti. Yo, these fish would tear that up, okay? So yeah, this is the line. Get you a semi-steel leader. I got the jig head on, so let me change this. So you can do your basic lure rig. Just make sure you got you a leader. Gonna get you that steel leader 22. Get you the 22 kilogram. There we go. And I'm gonna show you the best lure. Now, when I first got here, I had this hunter. The hunters to me work very well. I actually got some big hits with these hypnotics. I got one so big, man, it was like you could hear the reel going crazy. I couldn't even reel it in because my line was going so crazy. But this hunter was the one I had, and I actually got good activity. Shout out to Big Worm. But I went ahead and bought this one because I also had got good activity with this. They say any of the Karuna hunters are great. This one here, the 03, I get mad hits with it. All right, so get that lure. It's about 60, but it is worth it. It's worth every penny. What I like to do, I like to cast at the tree, I like to cast at the castle, and I like to cast over here. Kind of aim at that rock. Some people like to aim, I think even Worm said aim at that little dip right here, or even that dip, but anywhere in this area. And then you can even throw over here. They say there's a lot of pike over there. You can get boats, you can troll. I may do a boat trolling video, but the main spots I can get the most activity is at pointing at the island, at the tree, and pointing at the castle. All right, and I'll show you how it goes. We're gonna see if we start getting hits. I had to wait till it got early morning. You can start about 5 o'clock, and you go all the way till it gets dark. And then at night you can get burbot with mayflies, or if you got salmon. But I know most people, I say salmon, fish parts. I know most people aren't gonna have fish parts. My man actually gave me these fish parts. Once again, Big Worm. Shout out to him. He threw me a few fish pieces. But mayflies work really well. This mayfly larva right here, I've been using those. You'll catch burbot, but they're usually late at night. But I've actually caught a couple during the daytime. All right. So what you need to do, you cast this way. Now you can do a straight reel. I'll go ahead and put my retrieval speed to 20. Retrieval speed 20. And this actually works at other lakes too. Put your friction brake to about 20, even 25. But if a fish is real big, it might hit you in the red. You got to be ready to turn it back down real quick. I like to still do it about 25. I take that chance. Now I do jig stepping, but you can straight reel. Oh, and also you can start reeling either as soon as it hits the water, or you can kind of let it drop to get deep. Technically, you're doing the jig step when you let it hit the water. So I do like a full rotation, stop. Full rotation, stop. And the jig step, you kind of gotta get the rod at the right, pointing it at the right area. Sometimes it's straight down, sometimes it's up a little more. I like to bring it down as much as I can as you're seeing that jig step. So once again, the spots I find, it's not necessarily gonna be the biggest, but it's gonna be the best frequency. But you'll get big ones here. It's size and frequency. Like I said, I've gotten 6, 7 kilogram. I think 6 point something has been my biggest currently. I haven't got any 20 kilogram fish or anything. And what's cool too, you'll see when you reel it in and you almost get it to the shore. Look, a fish can. You see it? Could you see it in the water right there? I snatched it up too fast. You'll actually see the fish come up because this water is so clear. Because this lake is beautiful. I forgot to stop and smell the roses, but I'll be trying to get to the video so y'all can see, you know, what's really going on. You know, I try not to waste too much time. But I know most people at least like to see some fish being caught at this spot, so you know how to do. And I mean, sometimes you can even just let it kind of hang right here for a second. You will literally see the fish shoot up out of nowhere and bite the line. All right. So I threw there. Let's go to the castle. Sometimes I like to go right after. Sometimes they'll jump on it right as soon as it hits the water. So this is almost like top water fishing without having the actual top water technique and the top water lure. Let me give it a second. I'm getting hyped because I'm talking. Boom. You see that? Now I need to do a video on this, but I'm gonna tell you in this video. Okay, I used to reel and just hold it up and reel. If the fish is small, you can do that. But when you got bigger fish, that actually wears out your reel faster. So you want to reel on the way down, pump up, reel on the way down, pump up, shift reel on the way down, pump up. This area is good for pikes, but I do get chars and Kuoris here too. All right, and even if I make a catch, I like to just go back here. So I'm gonna try a straight reel, let it hit, give it a second, and then just do a straight reel, still at 20. The straight reels, I get hits more with the hypnotics. Those hypnotics work, but I don't know if I need to put a better hook on it, if it's weak, because I mean, my rod was kind of going crazy. It's like the fish would be pulling, then he would just, there we go, boom. See that? Boom. I think that's another pike, or it might be a trout. Those lake trout, actually good value. And the other thing at this lake, sometimes I get like 4 or 5 lake trouts that are, you know, above 2.5 kilograms and make 60, 70 at the cafe. I made 200 or something at the cafe off 3 orders. And this game is kind of like, to me, it's like momentum based, almost like sports. You know, you might not be having anything. I'm gonna just do another straight reel. You might not be having anything hit, but once it, look at that, once it starts going, it's on. It's like football and basketball. Once you get that momentum going, you got to ride that wave. Because some days you will come here and it won't hit a lot, or it'll take a while. One day, you only get a few hits, and then, you come back the next day and boom, you getting hit mad strikes like this. But like I said, sometimes also I have, I was fishing with the Corona, wasn't getting nothing, and I threw out the hypnotic, and boom, that red hypnotic. There you go, lake trout. All right, then I go back over here. And just the value at this lake is awesome, man. It's awesome. Straight reels is working, so I'm gonna keep straight reeling. But my jig step, you either start kind of jig stepping even while it's still floating, or you just let it hit all the way to the bottom. Touching the bottom is the true jig step, but you can still do it when it's kind of mid-level technically. It'll still work. And you just get so much experience points so fast. Like, I've really only been here like 2 real life days, and I've already went up 2 levels. Whereas it took me a week or so to get sometimes it's good to let it sit there before you put it up. It took me a week or so to get from 15 to 16. And it's kind of like they nerfed after New Year's. They nerfed Old Bird. I'm gonna do one more straight reel here, and then I'm gonna go to the jig step. But yeah, man. But if you got any tips, if you know any other good spots, leave them in the comments. Coordinates, and the coordinates here are 89.99 or 89.98. Yeah, but if you know any good spots, man, leave them in the comments. If you know better techniques, if you know some good bait to use besides the Corona or the hypnotic, let me know in the comments. All right. Yeah, I've really been enjoying spin fishing a lot. All right, we're gonna do a jig step. So I'm gonna do an early jig step, and eventually it's gonna sink anyway. So you'll still eventually do the real jig step. But like I say, full rotations. You can do half rotations too. Point your nose down a little bit. I get the best results out of the full rotation. Stop, let it sit. Full rotation. Give them a chance to look at it, and you'll see jig step come up. See if we can get a big one. There are a few really good areas at this lake. Like I said, everybody goes to the Cursed Island because it's a very deep hole right there. And a lot of big fish sit in it. A lot of Kuoris, a lot of chars. But yeah, I get a lot of good just mid-range to large activity over here as well. Up, you see it come up. Did you see it? Sometimes you can get it up before he takes off. You see him run up. You see him right there. And see, that makes it easy. You don't even have to pull that far. That's crazy. That's crazy. Okay, so I actually haven't thrown over here. Let me throw one over here real quick. I like to aim at that rod for some reason. I don't know. Just find you like landmarks and aim at them. We're going to do a straight reel since that straight reel has been working. And then I'm going to throw it back out here and try a jig step. See that? We got a hit. We got a hit. Like I said, this is a really good area for pike and the lake trout, but you will get a char thrown in there as well, like, maybe every 4th, 5th. But you'll mainly see those pike. I'm gonna throw back over here one more again. But you see how the activity is. About every time I throw it in, it's just straight reels. Not even jig stepping, just straight reels or getting hits. I usually jig step though. I ain't gonna front. No man, I'm hungry. There we go. We got another hit. It looks like they moved over here. Okay, a little lake trout. Okay. It looks like they're over here, but I think this is more the pike area. To the left is where I get more of the other types of fish. It's like every other one gonna be like a pike. But this is another good area as well. Let's see if it's getting any activity back over here, man. Oh yeah, now that one's fairly straight. I like it when they be straight. Okay. Nice 7 trout. All right, so it's getting a little dry. As you can see, the feeder ain't did nothing. Pick these up and see if anything on them just in case. Nothing's on it. It's about to get dark, so might catch a burbot. No, see, there was one on this one. See if it's a Versace. Okay, a little rough. Clogging up the line. I had to throw it out, turn it that way. This rod over here crying wolf. Ain't nothing on this ride. Alright, so that's where we'll end this. Hold on. This line look like it might be moving. Wait a minute. Got about to close out, but let's see what we get. Let's see what we got here. What do we have here? Oh snap! Did y'all see that? Oh. Trying to tear my ride up. So see, you can catch something on the feeder every now and then. That didn't take long at all. There we go. Goodness. Now this isn't my strongest line. That one's stronger, so may have to throw it over here since they want to start biting. Keep those tight lines. All right, so that's where we ended. They're trying to bite a little bit on the feeder, but once again, I don't get a whole lot of feeder activity, but do get a lot of spin here. So definitely check it out. If it's not hitting, go try some other spots and come back. I look like I might be getting another feeder hit right there. It might be trying to get active, but I'll check that out off the camera. So yeah, definitely check back at this spot and just come back, rotate, and I'll find some other spots and I'll show them to you too, man. And shout out to all of my people, like I said, Razor-9, shout out to Big Worm, everybody who keeps a great community and helps everyone learn a lot of great spots, great lures, the whole 9, all right? So you can see me Russian fishing for Kuori Lake. Yo, you know we finding them hot spots, man. We share that information. So, hey, leave in the comments if you know any good hot spots, if you know any good lures, just any tips in general, man. Share that Share that with the community. And actually, if you have any equipment to tackle you want to share, if you upper level and you got lower level and you want to spread it around, man, so we can get it to some people who need it, trying to come up. That's what's great about this game in the community, man. So let me know. I help get it to some good people, all right? You can't see me. Russian Fishing 4. You know what you must do above all things. Make your next move your best move, all right? Peace.
You can't see me. Let's go.
Thank you for checking me out at You Can't See Me TV. I'm You Can't See Me Gamer. Please like and subscribe to stay updated, and check me out on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. All right, peace.